What's up traders? Welcome to weekly trade setup video. In this video, I'm going to give a complete multi-time frame analysis of the hottest currency pairs that we will be looking to trade next week. The currency pairs that we will be analyzing today: gold, euro dollar, dollar yen, GBP, JPY and euro GBP. At the same time, you can watch my previous week's analysis. All the pairs did exactly the same way I have analyzed. I'll put a link above and also there will be link in the description. You can watch this video so that you can have some confidence about my analysis. Before I begin, a quick announcement is that I will pick randomly one lucky person to give completely lifetime access to all the signal service as well as all the strategies that I teach in my program. People are paying $650 to buy this. You can get it completely for free. The only thing you need to do, smash the like button and also drop a comment below yes. As soon as you win, I will send straight back to you. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. There is a lot of content that I release every week, few times, including live analysis and also strategies. Before I begin, just a quick disclaimer is that this analysis is my own opinion about the market. At any point, the market may do completely different than what I have analyzed. So make sure you do your own analysis and also manage your risk if you trade this plan. With that said, let's jump onto it. First currency pair that we will be analyzing today is euro dollar. Now first let's start with monthly time frame, because monthly and weekly are higher time frame. So in this time frame you can find a clear direction, because lower time frame has a lot of noise. Sometimes it is difficult to see the direction of the market. So higher time frame you can use for the direction. Lower time frame such as daily and 4 hour you can use for the entry. With that said, what happening in the euro dollar on the monthly, this instrument is in a strong downtrend. It is very clearly visible. If you can see that all this red candle. Now when this trend started from here, it has created a double top formation. Now in this double top, this is a reversal of this uptrend to the downtrend. Now we can expect this instrument on the monthly to come down further lower. As you see that there is no resistance on the left side on its way. So on the monthly we can expect this instrument to drop. Now let's jump on to weekly time frame to see what kind of price action we have. Now on the weekly, as you see that the previous week it has created a narrow weak doji. Now this kind of doji is basically a sign of deceleration from the buyer. So as a result, what we see that the previous week the price dropped aggressively. Now from here we might not see straight drop because there is nothing on the left side. So what we might see on the new trading week, let's see on the daily time frame to see what kind of price action we might see. Now this is what is likely to happen, and only we will trade if this instrument is managed to come to this level, because when it is trending, if you see the bigger picture, what you see from here, say even from here, every time the instrument is dropping, it is creating lower high and lower low. And when it is creating a lower high and lower low, what you see, this is the support tested here as a resistance and then drop. Now what we can expect from here to go up again, test this previous support as a resistance here, and in that situation only we will be trading this instrument, because trading from the bottom is not a good idea. At any point this instrument will start to reverse. So what situation we will be trading? We will, if this instrument is managed to go to this level on the lower time frame, at that point we will trade this instrument on the short side. Now if we see the 4-hour or intraday time frame, this is what it looks like. So if this instrument is managed to come to this level where daily and 4-hour meeting together, so this is where we will be watching the price action. If this instrument is managed to go there, this blue is 20 period moving average on the 4-hour. If this is hitting this moving average, we will put it in our watch list, and as soon as we will see any kind of reversal price action from here, we will take a short trade with a very good risk to reward ratio, because there is a support here, and we can expect a test as a resistance and then drop. Now if you find value in this analysis, smash the like button for me. Now let's jump on to another currency pair that we will be looking to trade is dollar yen. Now first let's start with, as usual, monthly time frame. Now on the monthly, what do you see? The dollar yen first of all is at the top. Now if you see the monthly overall picture, what you can see that this is a strong resistance, and dollar yen on the monthly is facing very strong level of resistance. If you look at the past, what you see, quite a few monthly candle from here rejected to the downside, creating a strong level of resistance. And then what happened? The price moved to the same level here and then dropped again, creating this resistance even stronger. Now finally, what do you see? The price came to the same level, and as a result, what do you see? That another rejection to the downside. Now at this point, either it will break or retain, it's a matter in the future. But as a short-term trader, let's see what we can see on the lower time frame. On the weekly, what we are seeing, the price is creating an wedge pattern. So what you see that on the weekly, that after this impulse, the price is creating an wedge pattern. So when you see a wedge pattern, it likely to drop, and at some point it likely to break to the upside. So from here, still this wedge pattern is valid, and we can expect another push to the downside on the weekly. Now let's see on the daily time frame to see what kind of price action we have. Now on the daily, what we are seeing that, as you know, that this is the weekly wedge pattern. Now let's see, because this is an overall uptrending market, remember, so shorting this in this market, we have to be very careful. Now where we can short this instrument, let's draw this trend line here. So if we draw this trend line along this line, and this is where we can expect this instrument to drop. So let's draw this trend line as well, where this wedge pattern is forming. Now what is likely to happen in this instrument is from here to drop and like this to this level, and finally break to the upside. So we have a gap to fill on the daily. Now as you see, the last day of the trading week, what we see that it has created this strong bearish engulfer on the top. So this is a bearish engulfer on the top. Now in this bearish engulfer, also there is a green strong bar here. So what we might see in the new trading week, little bit of uprise and then drop slowly to test this lower level of this wedge pattern, and also test this trend line, and finally break to the upside. So from here, how we'll be trading? Let's jump on to 4-hour or intraday time frame. Now on the 4-hour, things looks a bit interesting, because what we are seeing on the 4-hour, a head and shoulder pattern. It look like a head and shoulder pattern. So this is the head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder. Now from here, on the new trading week, what we might see, another push to the upside, testing, creating a complete head and shoulder pattern, and then drop to this level. So what we will be doing basically on the 4-hour in new trading week, we will be waiting for this completion of this head and shoulder pattern. But remember, as I told you, this is an uptrending market. At any point, this instrument may directly start to move up. So what we will be doing is we will wait for here to create some kind of price action in this area. Now this price action is very important, because if it is straight goes up, create a big candle, then you will stay in the sideline, you will not trade. On the other hand, if we see that the instrument went there, created a long wick candle, so completing this head and shoulder pattern, at that point we'll take on the short side from here to the downside. Our stop loss will be above this head and shoulder, and our take profit will be in this level. Now let's jump on to another currency pair that we will be looking to trade is GBPJPY. Now on the monthly GBPJPY, let's see what's happening on the monthly. Now monthly, what do you see that after this big impulse to the upside, so this green candle is basically a strong impulse breaking all the level. Now this month, what we have seen, the price has started to move down. Now let's see, because it is a big impulse, we can say that this red candle is a retracement of this move. Now let's measure the retracement, how much it came. So to do that, take your Fibonacci starting of the move to the end of the move, and what we see that this instrument have just been retraced at 61.8% Fibonacci level. So 61.8% Fibonacci is basically a golden ratio exactly in this point. So this is an important clue that we need to consider, that this instrument is likely to rise from here, because after this retracement, as usual, we can expect another impulse to the upside, because this is overall an uptrending market and the market structure is still valid. At the same time, you see that there is a, let me draw this level. What you see that there is one monthly red candle here among all these green candle, which can act as a strong level of support for this move. And as usual, what we see, the price is just on this level of support. So we have two confluence of moving this price straight from this zone. Now let's jump on to weekly time frame to see what kind of price action we have. Now on the weekly, what we see, there has been a narrow doji candle. This is a gravestone doji. Now this doji is formed in a very strong level. You see that this is a strong level. Why? Because there is a strong doji candle here, red candle, and just on top of this we see this another doji. Now as you know that this is an overall uptrending market, and we can see that this is the impulse followed by this correction. Now how you can say that this is a correction? Now look at this impulse, big to strong green candle. Now look at this in this correction, how many smaller candle in this correction. So that means that sellers are weaker, buyers are strong in this market. Now let's jump on to daily time frame to see what kind of price action. Now as you see that this is the dotted line, and this green zone is where we find a strong support on the weekly and monthly. Now what we can expect in the new trading week, the price to drop little bit from here, even going down a little bit below this level, and then started to rise from here. This is a good opportunity for us, and this is my favorite pair to trade. At the same time, this setup looks very impressive. On the 4 hour, how we will be finding a trading opportunity? Now on the 4 hour, you can see that already there is a inverted head and shoulder pattern in this area. So how we will be trading? Now this one, we think that this instrument is already ready to trade. So as soon as the trading week will open, as soon as the spread, the Asian session, remember the spread is very high, and if you open early Asian session, be very careful about the spread. At any point you might hit your stop loss without any reason. So what we will be doing, as soon as the spread will be normal from this zone, we will place a pending order with our student to take this big move to the downside, and we will keep our stop loss below all this low, and our rate risk to reward will be at least 1 to 5, even 1 to 10 in this move, because if it is started to move, it will be a big move. As you see that there is a strong doji on the weekly, and on the monthly we see 61.8 Fibonacci level, and we are hopeful that this instrument will rise from here. Now if you're finding value in this analysis, don't forget to subscribe and also smash the like button. Now let's start another instrument that we will be looking to trade is EURGBP. After this EURGBP, finally we will analyze gold. So stay tuned till the end to see how gold might behave in the upcoming trading week. Now let's start with EURGBP now with the monthly time frame. Now on the monthly, what you see that EURGBP in a downtrend. Now how do you understand an instrument in an uptrend or in a downtrend from the market structure? Now let's see the basic market structure for a downtrending market. So this is what is a basic downtrending market structure, always creating lower low and lower high. So what you see that EURGBP has the same market structure. From here, after this big consolidation started from here, what you see, an impulse followed by this correction, an impulse followed by this correction, an impulse. Now what we see that this instrument has just been rejected from here. Looks like this is the zone where the correction is over on the monthly, and we can expect slowly this monthly candle to slide down to create new lower low. Remember, this is a downtrending market. Now let's jump on to weekly time frame to see what kind of price action we have. Now on the weekly, what do we see? The previous week, this green candle closed above all this level, and the buyers lost their breath and the sellers took control. As a result, what we see the previous week, it has created this narrow red candle. Now this narrow red candle is telling a very important story, because this narrow red candle is formed in a very important level of resistance. This is a strong resistance. Why? Because look at this, how many weekly candle closed in this zone, and also in the past everywhere there is a big weekly candle close. So this is where all the candles started the week at the top, and what we see the continuation of the same. And we see that this week also the price couldn't break this level. Now what might happen in the upcoming trading week? Now let's see on the daily time frame to see what kind of price action we have. Now on the daily, we see that the price has already created a nice looking double top formation. So when you see a strong resistance created a double top with the right side is lower than the left side, is a strong sign of reversal. So what do you see that on the lower time frame, it has created a reversal pattern after this up move, and as a result what we can expect a drop from here. Now in the new trading week, what we might see, unlikely that start drop directly from here, or may happen, but what we might see, let's see on the intraday or 4 hour. So what we will be waiting, as you know that there is a trend line here. You can see that this is a trend line, and this trend line is already broken. So what we might expect in the new trading week, this instrument to retrace to this level to grab more liquidity on the lower time frame. As soon as this instrument will rise to this level, we will put in our watch list and we will take a good trade from this area. As you know that this resistance should be holding. If this instrument is managed to rise to this level, only in that situation we will be trading this instrument from here with a very good risk to reward ratio. On the other hand, if this instrument is dropped from here directly, in that case, if we see that this trend line is broken, this local trend line, at that point we will be waiting in the sideline. If it breaks here and then retest this trend line as a resistance, at that point we will take a short trade from here with a very good risk to reward ratio. In all cases, we will be considering short trade. Now let's jump on to gold, how it might behave in the new trading week. Now let's start with monthly as usual. Now on the monthly, gold is in a bullish run. Now let's see back to back what we see that after this previous months, this bullish candle. Now what do you see this month? Gold started to rise. Now in this rise, still almost more than half month is remaining, but what do you see? A big candle. Now the health of this candle is very strong. That means there is no strong resistance even on the upside. So what we might see, this instrument at least to rise to this level. Now let's draw all the trend line where this instrument is likely to heading. Now let's see, these are the level where it is likely to go up, so we can expect further rise on the monthly. As you see that this is a strong bullish market. Now let's jump on to weekly time frame. Now on the weekly, what do you see? The previous week has created this strong bullish candle. Now from after this kind of bullish candle, what you can expect, there could be two possible scenario. The first scenario, it is likely to rise, because what is rising is likely to rise. This is the highly likely to happen. Another possibility is straight drop from here, which is less likely to happen. Now let's see on the daily time frame what kind of price action we have. Now on the daily, what we have seen, the last day of trading week after this previous weeks, this all this green candle, the price is aggressively rising. The last day of trading week, what do you see? A narrow hanging man. Now this hanging man basically broke all this level above. So from here, what we can expect this instrument to basically rise. Now let's see on the intraday or 4-hour time frame where the things are interesting. Now because you see the last candle of the last day of trading week is a doji. Now after this kind of doji, what is likely to happen? Because this doji basically tested this previous support, the resistance as a support. Now from this zone, what we might see that this instrument is likely to rise straight from here. Now as you know that on the daily time frame, if you see, there is a big gap to fill. Now these are the line that we have drawn based on monthly time frame. Now what we will be doing with our student is basically, as soon as the trading week will be open, we will be waiting for one more candle to close on the 4-hour or intraday. When you will see that this instrument couldn't break this level below on the 4-hour, at that point we will take a long trade from here, from this area with our student to take this move to the upside, and our stop loss will be below all this structure. On the other hand, if we see that this doji couldn't break this high and instead the prices started to drop, we'll be waiting to see what's happening, because this is a bullish market. Short trading is not a good option in this market. So when you will see that this instrument is started to rise, as soon as you will see proper price action on the lower time frame, we'll take a long trade to take this full move to the upside around 1920 or 1921. I sincerely believe that you found value in this analysis, because every week I create the analysis that is happening all the time, almost 100% or 90% accurate. But make sure you manage your risk, and also you can track my analysis watching the previous week to see how accurate the analysis was. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to comment below yes, so that you are in the competition to win a lifetime access to all the service from here. Thank you again. See you soon in my next analysis or next strategy or tutorial video.